boundaries? Do you know boundaries? Do you know what we call boundaries? So, for example, let me give you a quick example. So, imagine this with me. We have a plain field, which is going to be developed as a residential area. So, this plain field, which will be developed, people buy stands, and within this area, as much as it's not yet developed, there are no houses or any walls installed. You can still see 4 street away from you where you are. So now this is how things happen, or things change. Things change when someone feels like they need to have security and more privacy, and with this person, then they create a wall. Built a wall, not created actually, in a residential area. They built a wall. So in building the wall, this is to protect people from seeing their houses, privacy. This is now protecting themselves in terms of security, because you need to make sure that whenever you're not home and when you're home, no one can just enter and leave as they wish in your house, right? So now that for me is what a boundary is, or how I see a boundary. So a person who decides today that, you know what, I need to put boundaries for my own well-being, they have been in a space where they realize that, you know what, I have values, and I believe people in my life needs to respect these values. And if you don't respect these values that I value, then you don't value me. Therefore, I will then put a boundary that you will not have access to me as you used to. So this is what we call boundary. And when as a person who's on the other side, you need to respect that when you come into this house, you need to knock, you need to call in order for you to get access into this specific house. You can't just rock in my house when I have boundary walls, right? I would have locked. So now you need to then request access whenever I've put the boundary walls. The one thing that I realized is that as woman, or okay, let me speak for myself. One thing that I've realized about myself is I don't really communicate my values. I've shared one, which is respect. Remember last week you spoke about different personalities, different ways of thinking, different ways of doing things. Now this is where it goes south. For me, respect is a specific way. To the next person, it's not. So now you need to educate those close to you that, Tuana, these are my values. Okay, respect. Respect to me is 1, 2, 3. You need to outline it so that people are aware of your values, and in them being aware of your values, they will have the ability to not break the values. They will have the ability to respect your values. If they don't respect your values, then this is where you put your boundaries to say, it's okay. You can be you, I can be me, we can coexist. However, you cannot cross over to this level of me. You can't get access to me as you used to, because now I don't trust you, or now I don't think you are worth coming to this space. You are a threat. I need privacy. I need some privacy from you. I need to be safe in my space. So this is how I saw it. And I think, Bumi has mentioned this in her book in terms of her boundaries that she had to set after she realized that with friendships, for sure, with people as well that she worked with, that it requires her to now know that, oh my God, most people would say it's people pleasing. She also made mention that it's people pleasing. So you please people, you even forget about yourself. The time she realized that I need to look out for myself, that's when she had to build those boundaries to say, you know what? It's good to be here. It's good to know you, but thank you. It's not a fight. It's not a conflict. It's not hate. It's just a way of showing each other that we can coexist. You can exist, I do the same. However, we can't work together like we used to. And it's just that plain. So here, when you see that there's a boundary wall from your friend, your family member, or anyone else you've ever been close to, remember, it's not a fight. It's not a conflict. They don't hate you. It's just a way of saying, you've done this. Unfortunately, you might not even know what you've done, but you've done it. And they've decided safety, security. I think the bad thing, it's not discussing it. However, it's not a bad thing. It's just your way of living life peacefully to ensure that your mental state is good, your wellness is good, ensuring that people don't just come over into your life and control you, and then it's like a circus now. You don't even know what to do, what to say, no. So it's just a way of now being in control of your life and ensuring that everything that revolves around your space is as you would want it to be. If you want peace, as peaceful as it could be. So now, to me, whenever you see boundaries, remember, people have built the walls for their houses to be safe. Everything within their house should be safe. And they've also built those walls so that Mikey doesn't see them. This is now privacy. Or they don't see Mikey. Vice versa. This is now privacy. So now there's no hate in this relationship. There's no hate. There's no fight. There's no conflict. It's just how you prefer to live. I built a boundary and let's respect that. So we as human beings, we just need to communicate them. And also, when you are faced with a situation where there's a boundary, you need to respect it. It doesn't matter what you want. It's not about you. It's about that person. When your boundaries again will be on the other people. Even that person can put a boundary. You can, when they put their boundary, you can also put their boundary. You can put your boundary as well and say, whenever they decide to come back, I will make sure that I will ensure that you don't get me access to me. I would have put in my boundary. You can put your boundary. What are you doing? Why are you doing it? You're doing it for your own heartbreak. Maybe you've been hurt by the boundary that they've built, and you feel like, you know what? I need to put my boundary so that when they decide to calm down or whatever, when they come to me, then I don't have to experience another heartbreak. But otherwise, everything, I think we need to communicate. Also, it depends on the type of ship that is moving. So yeah, I think that's it. We've covered boundaries, and I hope we're going to respect people's boundaries, and I hope we're no longer going to go out there and talk about how people hate us, how people fighting us, and just because someone decided to put a boundary on you. All you need to do is do a self-reflection, or ask them, what have I done that has actually created this wall in between us? Is it me or is it you? Sometimes people just need space and you are just not in their season at that time in terms of what you're giving. They just can't take whatever that you're giving. Maybe you're not pouring into their cup just as it should be in that season. And yeah, you just grow the distance. Actually, this is going to be another topic, a seasonal topic. Today, we are just talking about boundaries. Let's respect people's boundaries.